Good, stand for opening prayer and pledge.
Father in heaven, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To call this Hancock County Commission to order this first day of October 2015. First order of business. I can't keep, it'll mess my hair up, Sheriff. I can't keep that on all the time. You guys can leave yours on.
All right. Thanks, Sheriff Fletcher, though, for those. Appreciate that.
All right, item 1, approval of minutes. A, approval of County Commission meeting minutes for September 17th of 15.
So move to approve.
Discussion, corrections, minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 2, citizens presentation. Travis Bloser, the new city manager of Weirton, is with us today. And Travis, if you'd like to address the commission, come up to the mic, please.
I'd like to thank you all for inviting me to stop by here. I look forward to my time in Weirton. I think Weirton has a lot of redevelopment and development potential going forward. We've got a lot of good things going, a lot of good things that we can tap into, a lot of great resources. And I am really, really amazed and pleased with the opportunity to latch on and be aggressive and have the city of Weirton become the premier city in the state of West Virginia. So, again, thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thanks.
Thank you for coming up today.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And we've always had a good working relationship with our cities, municipalities, and anything you would ever need. In fact, we should exchange numbers before you leave today. And if you ever need us, feel free to call.
Welcome aboard, Travis. I'm.
Item 3, correspondence. Joy Reese, Housing Program Manager, Change Inc., requests approval to transfer one-time homebuyer certificate from Hancock County to the city of Weirton.
Move to approve.
Okay, this is a motion? You're making a motion, correct?
We don't need to have
Yes.
this.
Requesting approval. So that's your motion, as stated. Okay, discussion?
What this is the there was a housing program that funded first-time home buyers, and I believe the city of Weirton has used their amounts, and they have another person that would like to purchase, and they've asked us, since we haven't used our funds, the house is located in Hancock County, and it is in Weirton, and we will send them the funds for this first-time home buyer. It's not out of our pocket. It's a grant.
I concur. I mean, this is Hancock County is Hancock County. It's just southern end. I mean, it's still Hancock County. It's bringing someone who's buying a house for the first time the opportunity to come to our county. And I don't think we should thwart that.
And pay taxes.
And pay taxes and the whole ball of wax. Yes. Okay. Further discussion, gentlemen? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 4A, County Commission. Approval of a proclamation recognizing October 1st as West Virginia Breast Cancer Awareness Day and October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Move to approve.
Discussion? No discussion? To call for a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item B, County Clerk requesting approval of the reappointment of Gary Mooney to the Civil Service Commission.
Move to approve.
Discussion? Debate? Questions? If none, call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. New business C, Prosecuting Attorney's Office requesting approval of substitution order requested by Hancock County Savings Bank.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Sheriff's Department D, Item 1, requesting approval to promote Doug Wade to the rank of sergeant effective October 7, 2015.
Move to approve.
Discussion? Comments? None? Call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Miscellaneous. Approval of probates and estates.
They have been reviewed and are recommended for approval.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of exoneration orders.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of general county bills. Karen?
General county bills are $16,334.89. Pay card payments for all funds was $50,114.89.
P card.
Move to approve.
Discussion? Concerns? Pay the bills. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Approval of fire allocation bills and requisitions.
Okay.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Library levy funds, bills, requisitions.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Shelter Workshop levy fund, bills, and requisitions.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Travis, just for information, these are actually levy funds that come through the county. So when they need their money, they send a requisition, and all we're doing is just the middleman for their levies, and grants come through here. So it's not like we're just, man, they went through that quick.
Hey, I wish City Council wanted to be that quick.
Should we have one more on there? Should we have one more every month on there? Without me, I mean, is that a problem? Is that a problem?
At least once a month, so hopefully they will be here by the next meeting.
Okay. I thought we addressed that. Okay. Officials, county commission comments. Karen, anything for us today?
If you don't mind, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to get to know Shelby, Ellen, and I to attend training. It was very knowledgeable and informative, and we learned a whole lot. And we actually call each other every day, going over stuff that we've been using since we got back. So thank you.
Well, and you'll be filing a written report with us on everything you learned. And
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Happy sweet.
Counselor?
Nothing today.
Sheriff?
Nothing, sir.
What we got back here? 911's here today.
I just want, we had actually talked to the sheriff earlier in the week, setting Halloween and trick-or-treating hours. We are already getting calls in the 911 center wanting to know when the trick-or-treating hours are for the county. So we do not have anything set as of yet. So please quit calling the 911 to find out what time trick-or-treating is when it's just now October 1st. That's my big rant for the day.
I don't know what to call them.
Tracy, at one time when it was road conditions and school cancellations and delays and that, weren't they calling 911?
Yes.
Didn't you say that there was a possible way to divert those calls as non-emergency calls to another answering thing there? Will you be able to do that at the new building?
Usually what we try to do is let them, or even the sheriff has put out news releases with when they're doing the different websites, WTOV, Channel 9, Channel 7, all of those usually list the different
Right.
trick-or-treating hours. But to divert it, we can try to get information out, use these different numbers, but people know 911 and that somebody will answer when they call 911, so that's why they typically like to call 911.
Wait a minute, they're actually dialing 911
Yes.
for trick-or-treat hours?
Yes. Yes, they do. Actually, we had two before October 1st. We had these calls, and as soon as we got our first one, we called up to the sheriff's secretary to let him know that we were starting to get the calls. And I know that Sheriff Fletcher has told us that he would be working on that.
I've already addressed it for the rural area. We're waiting to hear back from Chester and Cumberland so that we can make an announcement with all of the dates and times because they all don't correspond with each other. So it's forthcoming.
Well, it's not that as much as it bothers me that you're dialing 911 for a non-emergency. Maybe we need to do a better job on that. I don't know. I mean, Rick, can we put that on this broadcast and on the screen? You know, please make a plea. Do not call 911 unless it's a true emergency. You know, you might be thwarting a true emergency call by asking what time we're going to go and how trick or treating. So maybe we could get that alternate number, the other number. I don't know.
Even if a website for Channel 9, Channel 7, Weird Daily Times, all of these different public, I know that Mayor does it in their paper, so there's so many different things out there, but we continuously get people calling 911.
Maybe we need like 912.
I thought you said there was a second.
That way they
That's what I
can
was
remember.
Well, we have non-emergency numbers, which is for the sheriff's office is 564-4100, which still rings into the 911 center, as well as the 797-8555 for the Weirton PD. And those both bring in as non-emergency numbers into the 911 center. So, but yes, we continue to get the 911 calls for. I didn't realize candy was that important, but to some people, obviously, it is.
You get it for school delays too, right?
Yes, school delays.
School delays.
If somebody's power's out, they're calling 911 wanting to know. And we don't have your account information to where we cannot call and say, if you call yourself, you can tell them where you live and all the name, the phone number associated with your bill, so that they usually have an automated service telling you when an approximate time for return of a power or whatever the case might be.
Tracy, you provided some numbers for us once on the 911 calls on how many were actually emergency type calls. Do you recall what that percentage was?
The 911 cell phone calls and the different calls we get, the transfers, is approximately 60 to 65% that are non-emergency.
Non-emergency. Now, when 911 services came out years ago, I mean, they even taught the children not to pick up the phone and call
Absolutely.
911. What recourse do we have? Because that's a huge cost. We've had to up our dispatchers,
Yes.
and that's a huge cost to the county, and we're answering frivolous calls. What recourse do we have when people call in, other than telling and do the dispatchers tell them, please don't call
Yes.
this number if it's non-emergency?
Yes, and we do give them the non-emergency number, which I had just provided, to free those lines up. They just don't understand the importance of having those lines free in case of an emergency.
Well, do they understand, or is it just too lazy that they have to dial 911 instead of 564-4100?
Yes, because they know that number.
So
They
what's
don't
our
have to
recourse?
look up.
Do we have recourse?
Actually, we don't. We tell them, the dispatchers will say, please, this is not an emergency, please call this number, which they're calling right back into the same, where we are downstairs. However, it's freeing up that 911 line. Like you said, if there is a true emergency, we could have something on 22, we could have something at Ergon, we could have something major at the track, and all those lines start, and then we have somebody calling to tell us that their power's out or what time's the trick-or-treating. So yes,
I believe at one time Hancock County ran on one dispatcher per shift.
that's correct.
Okay, and we have 3 now.
That's correct.
And when you receive 65% of your calls that are non-emergency, that's ridiculous.
And one other thing, we have been working on some statistics I have with Karen, and we have found that some of the other counties in the state that charge much more than we do, we are just about right in the area that they are in the amount of calls that we receive.
And that's exactly why when I talk about we have 3 dispatchers right now that our 911 center is running into a negative cost. And there'll be some time, maybe in the near future, that we're going to have to look at raising our rates
I believe
from
so.
$205 per line to, I don't know exactly. I mean, I know some stats are being put together for us, but we may have to increase our fees by double
Yes.
just because of that exact reason.
That's correct. And actually, we are there. There's 55 counties. I believe there's over 30 that actually have a higher rate than what we do.
It's been since 2004 since we've raised our rates.
And that was when we consolidated with Weirton and assumed their responsibility, and our numbers almost tripled in call volume. from
Well,
just-
hopefully the citizens realize that calling 911 increases our cost of operating the emergency services, and for that very reason is one of the reasons, the main reason that we may have to look at increasing our fees. Hopefully,
What people don't have to understand is when you have a cell phone bill, every cell phone in your family is being charged $3.
and that's set by the state.
And that is set by the state. Now, as far as in the county, it's just a landline. And we are at 205, and that's 1 per household.
Right.
So,
I think the average cost on that paper read seems like $3.50. So we're
We are
about
very,
45
very
even
right.
below the average.
yes, we are.
We might be small, but we still have
But
population.
We have a very big population, including the Weirton, and we also do the Brooke County end of Weirton. So it's not like we're just got Hancock County. We also have that lower portion that is in the city limits. So there's all that we take care of. So.
Okay. As
So
folks know,
we are continuing to work on the stats to get all the information that Karen needs.
Thank you.
One additional thing that you didn't mention too is last year we became we started doing emergency dispatching for all of the medical calls also, which is an additional training cost and everything to the 911 center that we did not get any raise for or anything. We currently get the same price as Brooke County on the landlines. They do not do emergency dispatching of medical.
All right, moving along. Thank everyone for their input. Assessor Longi? Nothing? OEM?
One of the things I just want to comment with the 911 situation is social media is the way to go. To have a social media site set up, it may help with power outages and bingos. Bingos used to be big when they would call in. There's a bingo game still going on. I mean, just, so that there is a way to maybe attack that from another side that is very popular. That's the way that's the way good and bad information gets passed around. And the only thing I really wanted to talk about was Hurricane Joaquin, maybe Sunday into Monday into our area, depending upon the National Weather Service and what happens there. Right now, maybe 1 to 2 inches, but of rainfall, but that it keeps moving and they keep jockeying around. I just would advise everybody, if you live near a small stream or a creek, to pay attention and make sure you have a plan to get out if something like that happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Carroll?
National 4-H Week is next week. We start up our clubs again for the new 4-H year. So we're very excited with that, with the 5 clubs and the team leaders in the area. We continue to do just some amazing community service work and outreach. We had a great time with the fair, and they did a super job on the projects. And we also enjoyed being down at the Cumberland River Fest this year. That's just a wonderful weekend ahead as well.
Good.
Thank you.
Ms. Jackie, Ms. Donna, Health Department's here today.
Yes. Well, first I want to thank you for the proclamation for the Breast Cancer Awareness Day and Month. And on behalf, I'd like to present you the breast cancer wreath that hangs in your office. Also, on October 24th at 10 o'clock, starting at the Health Department, there will be a breast cancer walk. And we have a newly established Facebook page with the Health Department to go with that social media part. And all the information will be found on there as to the details involved. And again, thank you for securing the traffic control for our walk.
That's on Saturday, 24th.
It's starting at 10 o'clock at the Health Department.
What would be the route be for that?
It's from the Health Department down near New Cumberland Pharmacy and back.
Anything else? Thank you. Ms. Brenda?
The only thing that I have to kind of just remind the public that with kids going to school kind of in the dark, it's usually before 7 o'clock, before the children are getting on the buses in a lot of, especially out in the rural areas. Please be aware that these kids are out there at the bus stop, and just watch your driving speed when you see the kids out, because they don't always pay attention and may dash out in front of you or something. So that would be the only thing that I have today. Thank you.
Mr. Vitus?
Just an update. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., we will be shutting off power here in the courthouse to replace all of the incoming power grid, something that hasn't been looked at since 1966. Power will be off in the building from roughly 6 p.m. Friday until 8 a.m. Monday. All the offices have known for some time that to make allowances. What we are going to do tomorrow at 5 o'clock for everybody's convenience, we will be moving the email server into the 911 center's power grid, so that throughout the weekend everybody will still have internet and email access if you get your messages on your phone. So we're going to try to take care of it that way, and hopefully inconvenience people as little as possible.
Good. Thank you, sir. Commissioner?
Not much. Purpose of these hats was, I don't know if those of you guys don't know that Sheriff Fletcher hosted the Sheriffs of West Virginia at Mountaineer Park, and these were actually a token to the members that came, and he presented us with one each this morning, and thank him very much for that. I did receive a paper here. There's too many. But the Chafin Luahana Day at Oak Glen will be tomorrow, October 2nd. I believe it was at 10 o'clock at the Oak Glen High School. It's an organization that's sponsored. Help me out on that, because I lost my paper.
Oh.
The Media Center.
Yes, exactly, the Media Center. And I think the first part here is Heritage Service. Dedication and grand opening of the Chafin Luahana Foundation Media Centers as Phase 1 continues at Oak Glen High School. Be Friday, October 2nd. I actually don't see a time on here. So, something nice people doing for the community. And Mr. Blosser, it's a pleasure having you here. Hopefully, not only can you work just for Weirton and the better of Weirton, but possibly merge with New Cumberland and Chester cities and even us. And maybe looking to maybe possible group buying. It's something I'd like to talk to you about, get with you one day. Purchasing paper products and different things that everybody has to use. We did it in the school system under the RESA Act, Regional Education Service Agency, and certain items that they were able to purchase, it's pretty hard to save money on wages and benefits and things like that, where you can start to trim your budget and then use that money elsewhere. So get your feet wet down there, and then I'd like to get with you. So, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Commissioner?
Yeah, I'd like to mention that we received notice at the Greater Weirton Senior Center. They're having their big bingo bash, and they're certainly trying to raise money. They're not recognized. The Weirton Senior Center is not recognized by the state of West Virginia, but the one is located out at Gas Valley is. So the Weirton Senior Center, they struggle each year to try to gain and raise funds to keep their establishment open, and a lot of folks in the Weirton area, downtown Weirton area, rely on that facility. So they're looking for donations and people to play bingo on October the 11th. So if any of you folks out there listening can support that, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, last week, one of the board members from the Old Time Fair present the county commission with a plaque that we are friends of the fair. The county commission participates and supports them on a yearly basis, and I just want to thank them and share this with the public and the other commissioners. Great event. I think that's about all I have today.
Put that in our trophy, please. Okay, I only have a very small. Travis, welcome aboard, Hancock County. It'll be a pleasure to work with you in the future. The only other note here on the agenda is October the 12th, the courthouse will be closed, state holiday, Columbus Day. So that's Monday the 12th. Other than that, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. The next commission meeting will be Thursday, October the 15th.
So moved.
We are adjourned.